We are live. Let's check this bad boy out.
That's
Hey, we're
great.
live. We don't know what we're doing right now, but in all seriousness, we're about to start the
All
pre-challenge
right. So
call. And
I gotta stop scratching myself. Okay, let's do
yeah,
this.
yeah, be careful what we do right now. But we're going to start
Yeah.
letting guests in really shortly. And we appreciate anybody on the social media profiles. We're all over the place right now broadcasting this pre-challenge call. So let me just make sure that we are good. I think I see myself on my LinkedIn right now.
I'm gonna check too. I'm gonna see if I can see myself on Instagram or Twitter.
I see we got some people in the waiting room, so we'll let them in very shortly.
Okay.
Yep, we are live. I see myself. That's awkward.
Okay, great. You see yourself. Great.
Hey guys,
Okay.
how's everybody doing?
All right.
All right, we'll let the guest in about 1 minute. Those of you that are waiting on social profiles, today we are opening up Bobby's challenge. We're going to help people land a TEDx talks this year. So if you're on this live, you will see, and I'll put this in the chat eventually, you will see an area right on this post, whatever platform you're on, that you can connect and join this event next week. So let me just get this playing here so we don't get, you might hear background noise real quick before we let people in. I want to keep this open on the back end here. And I see a lot of people get ready to join. I'm going to open this up in 1 second. I see we got some people on social media with us. That is awesome. Welcome. Let us know if you're on social, where you're coming in from. Say hello to us. You might hear quick background noise when I hit this button right here, and then we'll let
Yeah.
everybody in.
Okay.
Boom. Okay. We are good here. I'm going to get this party started. Let's let everybody in.
Let's do
I'm going to
it.
get them going. This is exciting. We got a great group waiting. Admit all. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Hey,
We got
everybody. All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Welcome. Getting really excited about this call. I'm really happy to see you all, and it's good to see some familiar faces. There's Joey, there's Pam, there's Emma, who I talked to. Really excited to have you guys here. So we are live for our pre-call and again doing a little bit of live streaming. So it's going to be kind of a fun conversation today. Chris, anything else you want to add?
No, no, I'm excited to see everybody. I'm just making sure everything's going smooth here because yeah, we're broadcasting this one today on social profiles because we had a lot of people asking us, hey, what are you guys doing? So, just so y'all know, this will be broadcasted live. So you can go to any of my social profiles, any of Bobby's. We're all over the place right now. But it's so great to see everybody. This is exciting. This is going to be fun. And we'll get this started right away. So if you don't know me, I'm Chris Colt, the challenge champion. And this upcoming week, I'm going to be your guide throughout this entire journey. So I'll make sure you guys know where to find everything. You're able to connect with others in here. And then also, Bobby, as you know, is going to run this whole week. So we're excited for that. But let me just share what the purpose of today is. I got to change one thing that's not changing on the settings here. All right, Bobby. So it looks like we're always going to have to manually let people in, which is fine. I'll keep an eye on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, no worries. I can do that while you're talking. Don't worry.
Okay. So
We're
what I
tag
want to,
teaming.
yeah, yeah. So what the purpose of this is about, okay? And you might see us if you come in and we hear background noise, we're going to mute you. It's not to be rude because obviously we're recording this and we want to make sure that we don't have too much background noise. But here's the purpose of today. What you're going to be part of next week is what I like to call a micro community. Okay. We're all on a journey together going forward together next week. And you're all going to transform. Bobby and I have an awesome challenge set up. We'll kind of give you an outline of how the week's going to go next week, but you're going to transform together. So one thing I always ask people, no judgment. Okay. That's part of community. There's no judgment. So if somebody asks a question that you might be like, man, that's kind of a question that's kind of really, a starter point here. That's just what this is all about. People are going to have different questions, but I'm a cyclist personally. And if anybody knows anything about cycling, there's something called the peloton, right? That's what this is all about. So if you watch the Tour de France, you see all those riders come together and they move further faster because they're together. That's what this is all about next week. So the more we can get you all interacting, playing full out and getting to know each other, the more impact this is going to make for you next week. And I'm going to share, we had a pre-challenge meeting with some of the VIPs a few weeks ago. We got some fun stuff to share from that. But the purpose of today, and I'm going to put this in the chat, and we're going to start this right away. And I'll put this in the chat right now so you all can see. this is what we're going to do. We are going to talk about this. I'm going to ask you, I'm going to basically name each person and let them know who's next. Okay. So first we'll start with me, then I'll go to Bobby. And then after Bobby, I'm going to go to Denise. And then before Denise goes, I'm going to announce who goes next. I'm going to keep track of this. But what we're going to do today is I'm going to put this in the chat for you all. And I see Bobby has asked you to share your LinkedIn profiles. Please definitely do that. But you'll see me putting this in the challenge, the chat right now. This is what we're going to do. I want to know who you are and where you're from. Okay. Something fun we'll all remember you by. Okay. You should have saw some of this in the emails. What has you most excited about this challenge? Why did you join it? And then your date. This is key. Okay. We're going to track this. Your date to be on a TEDx stage. Okay. Because I've talked to a lot of you before this challenge and you all are playing full out and you actually are like, yep, I'm going to be on it by this date. So as I see new people come in, I'll put that in there. So one more time, who you are, where you're from, something fun we're going to remember you all about, what has you most excited, why'd you join the challenge, and your goal date to be on the TEDx stage. Easy enough? So you'll see me drop that in there. So I'll start this off to make this simple. Then we'll go to Bobby, and then we'll go over to Denise. So for me, what this is, I'm Chris Colt, the challenge champion. I'm from New York. I'm going to be your guide entire week. So if you have any questions, maybe some of the tech, some of this, just reach out to me directly. I'm going to give you my LinkedIn profile to make sure we're connected. But something you'll remember me by is I did the hardest mountain bike race in North America, the Leadville 100. It's a professional mountain bike race. There was 2,000 other riders. The year I did it, I came in the top 20%. It was a lifelong dream. Some of you told me a TEDx is like a lifelong dream for you. So we're going to talk about that as we go on for the week. Something that excites me about this challenge is I'm playing full out with you all also. See, this is actually a goal of mine also to get on a TEDx stage this year. So I'm playing full out. Every exercise you're going to go through, I'm going to be going through that with each and every one of you also. And I'm looking forward to the transformations we're going to see because that's what's going to happen over the next week. And then also I joined it, as you said, obviously Bobby's a client of mine, but like this is something I'm passionate about and I want to make sure I'm on a stage. So that's that. And then my date, ready? Here we go. My date to be on a stage, I have it down, is November 15th, 2024. By that date. So November 15th, 2024. So I'm going to turn this over to Bobby. And then after Bobby, we'll go to Denise. And as I see new people join, I'll drop this in the chat for them. Go ahead, Bobby.
Sure. Okay. So, I mean, for me, where I'm from, I'm Bobby. I'm from Toronto, Canada, home of the 2019 championship Toronto Raptors. It's a basketball team. Just thought I'd throw that in there because, we knew what we can get. Something fun we'll remember you by. Well, there's lots of things I could probably share, but I'll give you one that a lot of people don't know. I once competed in a karaoke contest and I won the karaoke contest. This is years ago. I'd say maybe 30 years ago in Montreal. I won because I'm good at doing impressions of other musical singers. So whether I do Elvis or I do the guy from the Cars or I do Sinatra or something like that, I can do pretty good musical impressions. What most excited me about the challenge? Well, honestly, the number one excitement piece is the ability to help people achieve the result. It's just that, whenever I get my clients who got TED Talks and they send me that message, it is like the greatest feeling in the world. I can't even tell you. And because now 2024, this is my primary purpose, to help people with this stuff. To get the TEDx talk, to elevate their brand, to elevate their thought leadership, to get them whatever they want to do with their life and create that impact, and get that story on stage. I think that's really awesome. Why did I do the challenge? Well, because Chris and I decided to do this together, and I've already explained to some of you guys in the VIPs in our calls about the history of how it came to be over the last 2.5 pre-pandemic, and then 2.5 years to where I am now, and that's why we're doing this. And my goal date to be on TEDx, well, I've already done 5 and I've also turned down 3 other ones. However, surprisingly, I actually have another TEDx talk in my back pocket. So, if I want to do another TEDx talk, which I'll admit I don't. I mean, I don't. It's a lot. Getting it is one thing. Doing it, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and so it's exciting, but it's also a lot of work. So, but. I'm happy to, but in my mind, I think that all of you should be thinking about putting a date together that's the spring. So, anything from anything from March to June is good. And then also in the fall, September to November are the best days. They still have TEDx Talks in other months. but those are the prime times. You may want to mute yourself, guys.
I got the muting. I got the muting.
All right, so that's it. That's it. Let's do this.
Yeah. So just so everybody knows, if you kind of see my eyes wander once in a while, I'm making sure everything stays connected in all the places we need. So I'm not ignoring you. I'm actually looking, hey, making sure we're connected here and there. So I just want to see me pick up my phone. That's one of the reasons. Okay. So after Denise, we're going to go to Joey. How do you say your last name? Joey from New Jersey. That's what I'm going to do. So we'll go to Joey after Denise. So Denise, welcome. Great to see you again. Go ahead.
Great.
And Wendy, I'm going to put in the chat the format we're using for this. So, you know.
Oh, no, that's going to move mine up that I'm looking at. There we go. All right. So Denise Murtha Bachman, I am here in Houston, Texas, but I'm just a hodgepodge. So something fun that you'll remember me by, I don't think I've ever shared this, but when I was in college, I was in the pageant, the Miss UNA pageant, and I came in third place. But what is really funny is, one, I'd never done a pageant, and I came in third out of 5. So it's not really that big an honor. But because that year was the least amount of contestants that they had. I don't know why. So they begged me to do it, and I did it because I'm normally not a pageant girl. So that's really exciting, but I've never shared that. But the one thing I'm the most excited about, or what excites me the most about this challenge, is just really learning. So my goal this year, or my one word this year, is impact. And while that really does relate to impact to myself and to my family and to my business, it also means impacting everyone else and others around me. And so that the ability to actually get on a TEDx challenge allows me to impact myself, my family, my business, and others. So I'm super excited about that. And my goal date, I didn't know what was realistic. So Bobby mentioned we could even maybe goal ourselves for this spring. So I would say April would be my goal.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you for sharing. I'm taking notes here. So anything you say, Chris will remember. So we'll bring this all back. Okay. We'll hold you accountable in a good way. Okay. So we're going to go to Joey from New Jersey. And after Joey, I'm going to go over to Sabrina. And I'm kind of just going back and forth what I see on my screen, so everybody knows. So we'll go to Sabrina after Joey. Joey, welcome.
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it. So I'm Joey Himmelfarb, and I am born and bred in New York, even though I live in New Jersey now. So I'm a true blue New Yorker. Fun fact for me is that years ago, my mom passed away, unfortunately, and both of my boys and I had always wanted to have tattoos for whatever reason. And I told them, I said, I can't do a band. Don't want to do that. I want to do something that's going to last forever. And they said, why don't we do something to honor grandma? So we did. So we all have a tattoo on our calves honoring my mom. And she's from Uruguay. So it's I don't know if you're familiar with the flag of Uruguay, but on the field is a sun, and the sun god, if you will. So my younger son and I have it on our right calf because we're righties. And my elder son is a lefty. So it's on his left calf because we're all soccer players. So that's a fun fact. I really am looking forward to this challenge because I've been speaking publicly for years, decades, really. And the one thing that drives me or floats my boat or just gets me pumped is watching those proverbial light bulbs go off over my audience members' heads when I say something, or somebody in the audience says something that just strikes a chord. And when I hear people say, never thought of that, what a great idea, that just fuels my fire, and I really enjoy that. And I've done it so many times now in front of so many audiences. The one audience I haven't done it in front of is a TEDx. So I'm looking forward to doing that. I've joined this challenge because I want to be accountable for that. I want to put it out there and have people around me who quote unquote like me, hopefully, and will say, what have you done so far and when are you going to get there? So what I'm planning on getting there is by September 12th, which is the 2-year anniversary of the launch of my first book, which I'm now writing a second book, because they've told me that once you write a book, like a tattoo, you want another one. So I already am thinking about another tattoo, but that's another story for another time. But anyway, thanks for having me, and I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, we're looking forward. Thank you for sharing the story too. I mean, that's meaningful, right? You know, the reason your tattoo there. And I really, that was a unique, I'm writing everything down you guys say, so I will remember for sure. And I love that you have a date. So that's awesome. Thank you, Joey. So Sabrina, and after Sabrina, we're going to go to Emma.
Hi, everyone. So I'm Sabrina Castellanos. I am a strategic planning and time management coach. I have been coaching for over 4 years. I'm also an architect and a keynote speaker. A fun fact about me, I moved to Canada when I was 17 as an exchange student. Right now I live in Toronto, and I went to Peterborough. So from Venezuela to Peterborough. That was a really fun experience where I learned English and I got to learn Canadian culture. I went back home, home Venezuela, and then I moved back to Canada, and I have been here for 16 years. What is the most exciting about this challenge? I want a mentor that will help me and guide me to do a TED Talk. So I'm really excited about that. To have all the, the steps and everything, how to reach there. Why did I join this challenge? To do a TED Talk. I mean, to have all the information that I can and all the steps and how to get there. My goal day, June.
Gotta get you accountable.
2024.
What was the date? June?
June. So date, I will be, I don't know, well, I guess June 15, 2020.
Okay. Perfect. Nice to meet you. Looking forward to working with you next week and guiding you along the way. So
And here's a tip too. Like don't say July 4th. There are no TED Talks on July 4th. just a tip.
Good tip. Good tip. So now we're going to go over to Emma, and then after Emma, I'm going to go to David Jones.
So hi, everyone. My name's Emma Easton. I'm in Lincoln in the United Kingdom. Recently moved here from Oxfordshire. A fun fact about me, there's quite a lot actually if we get in a conversation, but a couple of years ago, I exec produced Hillary Rodham Clinton's Global Challenges Summit, which was fantastic because I got to meet a whole load of global leaders. But sorrowfully, our previous prime minister or a previous prime minister in the UK was the only person that dropped out, just saying. Why am I here? Was the other question? What has me excited? Wow. I want to inspire others. So I think in my session with Bobby, it seemed like, and Joey's mentioned it, I think I already lecture at 4 business schools and just seeing those light bulb moments. And I want to do that in other ways. I'm joining this because I want to share my mission to transform marketing in small businesses, which I fundamentally believe is broken. And I've got no idea I've got no frame of reference for a timescale for how long this stuff takes. I've also just started an MBA this week because clearly I'm not busy enough. But I'm going to throw out a date of the 10th of November this year, because the 10th of November has an importance for me in that it's when I finalized my divorce. So why not that date?
Okay. Well, you'll transition on that day to a whole new different thing. And I think Denise put in there, that's her birthday. So there you go.
Happy days.
Awesome. So Denise, you'll have to remember that for Emma. Emma, thank you. Looking forward to working with you. So David, and then after David, we go to Glenn Andrews. So go ahead, David.
Well, hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here with each and every one of you today and get to know you, and really looking forward to next week and our interactions together. I'm David Jones. I live in Johnson City, Tennessee, and I do business excellence, coaching, consulting, teaching, and speaking. And of course, TEDx at this point is one of those ultimate speaking destinations. And so when this challenge came up, I thought, oh, this is one way to advance my mission for this year. My word is the same as yours, Denise. It's impact. And, TEDx stage is a great way to make an impact. So it's not, I originally was thinking about scale because that's what I want to do this year with my business, is scale it up. But that was about me. Impact is about what I can do for others. And so that's why I chose that word. And it just made sense at TEDx. There's a good match there to hopefully make some impact. So that's why I joined the challenge. I'm really excited about it. One fun fact, I, like Chris, am a little bit of a, maybe not as accomplished as Chris, but as a wannabe amateur athlete. And so I've run the Boston Marathon twice. I've run New York, I've run Chicago, a few others. I've run the Boston Marathon twice and have enjoyed preparing for that, qualifying for that, and actually running. It's a phenomenal race. So, and my goal is sometime this year, so December 31st. I don't have enough context yet. Hopefully that will clear up next week. So at this point, I'll just say December 31st, and then maybe by the end of this, by the end of the challenge, I'll have a little more clear idea what exactly is possible. How long does this take to land a spot and prepare and do all of that? So I look forward to learning all that from you two masters.
You're gonna get a good outline on that. And amateur 2 times Boston Marathon. Come on, man. I'm not a runner, so like you're crazy. Okay, like I'd rather be on a bicycle. I'll just leave it at that. Okay, so you know, David, I didn't know about you, so that's awesome to hear. Looking forward to working with you next week. Okay, so after Glenn, we're gonna go to Barry G. So go ahead, Glenn.
Hi, my name is Glenn Andrew. I'm from the New York City metro area, and my word for the year is transformation. Now, I work with young professionals who are in their 20s and 30s who are emerging leaders who recognize that there's a gap in leadership skills between where they are and where they want to be. And what I do is I help them fill that gap. Something fun about me, well, I'm the guy with 2 first names. And one of the things is that when I was young, looking what I was going to do for my career, I was inspired by the famed ocean explorer Jacques Cousteau, watching his Sunday program, The Undersea World of Jacques Cousteau. And in my sophomore year, I actually got to meet him in person. You know what it's like to meet someone who's mentored you into a particular career direction? So what I'm most excited about in this challenge is having a roadmap to get booked for a TED Talk. And why did I join the challenge? Well, I wanted to get on a TEDx stage this year. So my goal date is December 1st of this year, 2024. Thank you.
Awesome. Looking forward to working with you. And that's a great way to say that. 2 first names. I mean, I obviously knew that, but I'll remember that way the way you're positioned it. Okay, so we're going to go to Barry G. Arena, are you okay to go next? I know you said in the comments you're in a tunnel. So if you're good, we'll go to Arena if she's not after Barry.
If you're talking about Ariana, yes.
Oh, did I? I'm sorry. Sorry, Ariana. Yep. Go ahead, Barry.
Hi, just like I believe Joey, I was born in Manhattan and currently living in Hoboken, New Jersey, along with someone who is born in Hoboken, New Jersey, but lives in Houston, Texas, somewhere in Texas now. Okay, who I am, I'm a broadcast engineer, and I'm also an adjunct lecturer. Fun things. In college, I went to college in Washington, D.C. I got kicked out of the White House, but nothing really nefarious about that. Most exciting thing about this challenge is, besides, like others have said, besides getting to meet people, my word, I really haven't defined a word, but I think of breakout, I think of growth. I was working full-time up until 2019. And then stuff happened. And then I've been working as an independent, doing broadcasting, consulting, doing live events. And then when the shit show part of my pandemic hit, live events went to the toilet, going back to the broadcast space. And joining the challenge was, I can talk ad nauseum, but refining my public speaking skills is primarily why I'm here. I met Bobby virtually doing these LinkedIn audio meetings, which are very informative. I can work, I can listen. My goal, I never really set a goal. If I get on a stage, it'll be awesome. My most important thing from here is refining my public speaking skills. But if I was to do something by the end of the year, that'd be totally awesome. Not expected, but it's always a goal. It's between working, volunteering, teaching, the plate's a little full, but it's always a goal.
Okay, awesome. So I mean, there's quite a few down in your area in New Jersey on this challenge. There's others next week that are close to that whole Hoboken area. So I think that's pretty cool also. All right, so we will go to Lori afterwards. So go ahead. You're next. Not Lori. Lori. No, sorry. Yeah, and then Lori. Sorry, so you
So,
unmute me. I thought you were just going to start. My fault.
Okay, hi. This is Ariana Tadler. I am a lawyer, entrepreneur, and keynote speaker. I've been a practicing lawyer for over 30 years. Fun fact about me is that in high school, I was a New York State champion left-handed goalie lacrosse. And I believe that that skill set unknowingly at the time set me up for leadership for the rest of my life and career. When you're in the goal, you are defending, of course, the team in the goal, and simultaneously you are the one who has the view of the entire field and gives direction and is able to see the vulnerabilities as well as the opportunities. I am from New York, born and bred, although I have lived overseas in London, Emma, so nice to see you there over in the UK. What am I most excited about in terms of this challenge? I really want to take to the next level my keynote speaking prowess, which I've demonstrated as a trial lawyer, as well as a teacher and a presenter. I've been the keynote speaker, including the closer for Tech Up for Women. And I'm looking forward to now building out a masterclass program that I think will ring true with Glenn Andrew about certain communication professionalism and executive functioning skills that young adults and young professionals are lacking, whether you attribute that to the pandemic or the ubiquity of technology and devices in their hands. Why did I join the challenge? Because my dear friend, colleague, and work professional who works with my firm, Hilary Sobel, took training with Bobby and spoke exceedingly highly about him, and I trust her judgment. My goal date, realistically, is September 30, although I would love to get something done by June, because June is a very meaningful date. My birthday is during June, and also that is when I walked out of one of the largest, most renowned plaintiffs' firms that I had been a managing partner for. I walked out on a Friday and opened my own firm on a Monday in 2019, and we have managed to be successful throughout the pandemic and now representing people who need counsel and are underrepresented and underserved. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. This is awesome. And I hope everybody's picking up on people to connect. You all should connect with each other, but that's part of this, to get to know some of the people, because next week we're not going to have as much of this opportunity. You will, but like really just saying who you are, what you do. So this is why I like doing this, because I've seen amazing things happen out of just doing these pre-challenge calls where people connect and amazing things happen down the road. So, okay. So after Lori, we'll go over to Nami after Lori.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Lori McDowell. I am currently living in Houston. I was actually born in Hoboken, and I'm actually in Bergen County, New Jersey today. So I'm visiting family. So I'm up in Hasbrook Heights at the moment, but we'll be back in Houston tomorrow. Let's see. And I am a mindset coach, life coach, and I also own a franchise called Schoolie Mitchell. That's a business cost reduction, expense reduction code consultant. So I help businesses reduce their expenses. Something fun about me, I am actually a scuba instructor, although I haven't done that in a while. But one of my goals for 2024 is to start doing mindset retreats somewhere in the Caribbean, where I actually take people and let them, discover scuba diving and get to experience the underwater world, because I think that really lets you live in a different mindset. And then we do coaching in the afternoon and other programs. So I think it was Glenn who said that Jacques Cousteau is, so maybe you want to come on one of these. So let's see. I am most excited about the challenge because it's kind of forcing me to action. A TED Talk has been something I've wanted to do for most of my life, a TEDx talk, and I've just kind of dabbed my foot in the water, but never really went in 100%. So the challenge is really going to get me to actually do it. And I think that's great. And I'm looking forward to learning all that Bobby knows about this. So that's why I joined the challenge, and I'm excited to get started and just try to see what the opportunities are, and also to get my topics better. And my goal date, I want to say June 1st as my stretch goal, but just in case this first part of the year is crazy. So my long-term goal is the end of November. So I will definitely have them by the end of November, but I'm going to go for June 1st.
Perfect. We'll keep you accountable to that as we go through this. Okay, so Dale, you'll be up next after Nami. So go ahead, Nami. And we know something about you already because you're on our VIP call. You're 40. So happy birthday again.
I know. Hey everyone, I'm Nami Sarur from Austin, Texas. I just turned 40 a few weeks ago. I run a video marketing agency, and something fun about me. Let's see, I started a YouTube channel in 2016 called The 9 to 5 Misfits, documenting my unemployment journey, which my Indian parents were not happy about at all. So what's getting me really excited about this challenge is my entire life's mission is to empower the misfit and to get them more visible so they can inspire other misfits in turn. Because I always felt like a misfit throughout my life as an immigrant and someone who never fit neatly into any boxes. I didn't have enough examples of people I could look up to or, seek out as mentors. So I want to make sure no one else goes through that. Why did I join the challenge? Because I eventually want to be a keynote speaker. And I did Toastmasters for a while and TEDx. The TEDx stage is sort of the next step for me. My word of the year is also bold, and I want to finally act on the things that I've sort of been wanting to do all this time because I really want to create impact in the world. And so, yeah, I'm excited that this challenge is getting me one step closer to that mission. Or accomplishing that mission. And my goal date, although I'd like to start looking at stuff in the spring, my absolute final deadline is October 26th.
Awesome. Love that you all are coming with dates. Love that, right? Because that's going to really be what we'll do some exercises next week around that, but the dates are extremely important. Okay, so after Dale, we'll go to Rochelle. So go ahead, Dale.
Well, thank you, Chris and Bobby. My name's Dale Young. I live on the west side of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex here in Texas. Something fun to remember me by is I lived for 10 years in Australia. I think probably Chris knew that already. But something Chris did not know was I was actually part of the Northern Territory volleyball team in 1983. So there you go.
Oh, no.
And what has me most excited about this challenge is the possibility of getting my message out to more people. Why did I join the challenge? Well, I had a mission statement. I had a calling statement, really, to inspire calling in others. And in June, God told me to add at scale to that and inspire calling at scale. And it's like, how do I do that? Well, I don't know. I still don't know. But God whispered when I heard about Bobby's challenge, sign up. So I'm signing up and I'm going to learn about maybe being a TEDx talker and go from there. And my goal date, I'm going to be, I think it was David that said, I'm not sure what the timeline and the schedule looks like, but I'm going to say December 15th.
Yeah. Awesome. Didn't know that about you with the volleyball part of things. So thanks for sharing that, Dale. Dale and I have worked together before, so I know a little bit about Dale. I know a little bit about actually I know a little bit about quite a few of you there. So Dale, thank you for sharing that. Okay, so we'll go to Rochelle, and after Rochelle, we're going to go down to Pam. So go ahead, Rochelle.
All right, thank you. I'm glad I went after Dale. I think we are connecting in some interesting ways. So besides, I was the captain of my volleyball team when I was in high school. And probably the shortest basketball player ever in high school. So I'm Rochelle Peterson Ansari. I am a partner. I'm a bonus grandmom of 8. I am a dog mom and educator and CEO of Perceptions Unlimited training, coaching, and consulting company. And we live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, but I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York. I help, yes, New York. So I help educators fill the gap in their education that keeps them disconnected from their students. Yes, we're going to be training people better in this, as long as I'm on this earth. And I I'll share this one fun fact that actually came up for me listening to other people. I actually completed a full marathon. Now it's funny because I'm a little sedentary. Don't really consider myself an athlete, but completed that in 2006 as a smoker.
Wow.
Exactly.
Wow.
I came in the 7th hour though. So anyway, I'm excited about the challenge to have a community for accountability and to help refine my topic, which has a lot to do with what I'm about anyway. So I wanted that. I have to say, Dale, when you talked about just your calling and spirituality, that's what connected. Literally the day before I saw the announcement about the challenge, I said, Lord, this is the year for a TEDx talk. And then the challenge dropped. Yes. And excuse me. So why do I want the TEDx stage platform? Because I have some uncommon wisdom, and I want to help the people seeking transformation through me to find me. Goal date, December 1st, 2024.
Awesome. Great to have you with us. By the way, you'll see yourself on social media in the next couple of days. You know, from our VIP call, I cleaned up some things, so some of you are out there. So stay tuned. You're tagged in it. Don't worry. We won't tell anybody. Okay. All right. So here's what we're gonna do: Pam, Wendy, Laura, and then after Laura, I'm gonna go in, show you where everything is for next week. We've got a fun little prep challenge for the week next week, and then we'll send you all off on your way. But we want to make sure you know where everything is because we're about to go into the action mode of this challenge. So Pam, Wendy, Laura, go ahead, Pam.
Hi, everybody. My name is Pam, and I live just north of Dallas, Texas. But for all you East Coast folks, I was born in the Bronx and grew up in Jersey, and I can assure you there are no cowboy symbols of any sort, and I will not be cheering for that team as long as I live. Okay, so now that we bonded, my word for the year is thrive, which to me means to flourish. I'm known for my energy, and I love helping to motivate and inspire people. I was in Bobby's last class for the TED Talk, so I've been working on some of the things that he has taught us, and it is a great class. You will get a lot of information. And the fun thing about me, if you haven't clicked on my LinkedIn profile yet, is that I'm an Olympic athlete. So
Nice.
yeah, that was pretty cool. I went to Barcelona and competed with the first dream team. So yeah, it's highlight of my life for sure. But most excited is that I actually want to get this done. I've also done keynote speaking. I've done a lot of speaking, but I want to hone the way I communicate. You know, when I try to memorize stuff, the energy comes down. So then I'm just kind of talking like this. And it's not the same as when I'm excited and I'm talking to you, but then my brain can't remember what to say next. I've got to figure out how to fuse that and make it work. Let's see, I joined the challenge to continue on my efforts to try and do my TED Talk. I have looked at some of the events out there, and at least one of the challenges I've found is some of the events are made for the folks who live in that city or go to that school, so they have some restrictions. So when it comes to me giving you a date, it's hard because I don't know that there's as many in front of me that won't have me travel really far because I have a 14-year-old son I'm responsible for. So my date's going to be end of year, and I'm hoping to hit that. And I've already got my idea and my plan, and I'm excited. And I'm here because Bobby thought it would be a good idea for me to join you. So I'm excited to be here. Thank you.
And if I may say, Pam, one of the things I wanted to ask you is, can you share with the group, and to put you on the spot here, but can you share with the group the benefit or power of being part of a group as you go through this? Because I know, of course, you and Hillary and the other group, got together. But can you share what's the benefit of being part of a group?
Well, absolutely. I'm a team person. I started athletics in the 3rd grade, and it's all the rage for me. And the thing that I love about a group is the bonding. Obviously, we're already getting to know each other, and the support. There's so many times where in our chat, we might, put information and, oh, it's not good, and we feel dejected. And there's always a few people to kind of cheer you on and tell you it's good and give you positive feedback. So you can't just get that anywhere. And you can't just always ask your friends because they don't know, and they're more likely going to tell you, positive stuff. So that may not be as applicable. So for me, I'm a team person. It flows through me. As you can tell, I'm a huge sports fan. And I've had the best experiences of my life being on a team. And every group I'm in, I consider it a team. So that is my thoughts for why a group activity is fantastic. How's that, Bobby? Okay.
That's awesome. And this is exactly why we do what we do the Friday before, Pam. So people, this isn't everybody in the challenge, it's who can make it, but at least you all have a head start. You're going to know each other. It's going to be a different experience for you next week versus who are all these people? It takes me 4 days to get to know them. So Pam, I thank you for showing up, and looking forward to hear about some mindset stuff also as we go through the week, right? Me being mindset's key in anything, right? And being an athlete, I know it, what goes on up here. A lot of crazy things you don't like going on. So you got to know how to play with that stuff. So Wendy, and then Laura, and then I'll show you where everything is and we'll start the weekend. Go ahead, Wendy.
All right. First, are you starting to get the feeling that New Yorkers are high achievers?
I don't know about that. I'm from New York, by the way, too.
Born in the Bronx, lived there till I was 10, moved to Rockland County. I also lived for a semester in Bergen County, went to Fairleigh Dickinson. And then I also lived in London. So talk about synchronicity. But then I got smart and I moved to South Florida. And I would say sunny South Florida is sunny today, but it's been really cold here the past few days, but not as cold as Toronto, I'm sure. Also, synchronicity, my word of the year is impact. Creating an impact by growing your business, but then you help others to grow their business. And then it creates this sort of ripple effect that goes out as far as you can't even see. I'm an author in a book that's coming out, a co-author book called Impact Driven Entrepreneur. I did write, you had it end with what impact means to you. And to me, it means equipping my clients with the tools that they need to succeed for financial and professional success. And then they can provide services that actually empower others to change their life, that empowers others to change their life, and thereby the same ripple effect that you get. So in case I didn't say my name is Wendy Shore, rhymes with entrepreneur. And let's see, fun to remember me by. Well, I will tell you two things. One is I'm spending the next 2 days drinking wine. I sit every year as a judge for the American Fine Wine Competition. It always takes place in Miami during Martin Luther King weekend. So I will be tasting wine, not drinking, tasting wine. I do spit. And I will tell you, so I moved to Florida. My last name is Shore. I live near the shore. My mother is Seashore. My father is Beeshore. My grandmother was Sunny Shore. She was Sunny when she met my grandfather. And if I had one letter changed in my name, I would be Windy Shore instead of Wendy Shore. And what else? Let's see. Why did you join the challenge? Well, I really want to spread a message. I have, I'm not sure who said it before, but a lot of knowledge and a lot of things to share. And I want to share it with the world as well. And as far as a date, I know that I was going to sort of take a look at the TEDx events that are happening and really choose the one that would be not too far to travel, but also along the lines of what I want to, the message I want to spread, so that it is, in sync with what the organizers are preparing. So I haven't actually set a date. I would like for it to be by June, but I know that once we got that list, Bobby, I was going to go through it, and Chris, and go through it and just kind of see what resonated with me the most. I know there's one here in Boca, and I do know the organizers, but I'm not sure if that's really the right one for me yet. I love Cindy. I think she's great, Cindy Metzler, but I have to see what their topic is going to be. So anyway, that's me.
Okay, we'll put you down for by the end of the year, and it'll progress as we go along through next week.
100%.
So Laura, we're not going to have any fun next week, right? Because you're not about fun. I learned that on the VIP.
No, I am not fun at all, but I am the caboose in this train. So I'm going to make it a big red caboose here.
All right.
Everybody, my name is Laura Doman. I live in Atlanta, Georgia, but I'm originally from Ohio, neither of which is represented in this group. So I'm very glad to be here to correct that. Emma, Atlanta, Georgia is in the southeast of the US, and Cleveland, Ohio, where I'm from, is also called the Mistake on the Lake. And if you look at the Great Lakes, it's just tucked under Lake Erie. A lot of people from Ohio came to Georgia, mostly to warm up. At any rate, I am an actor and a coach and a bunch of things in between. And by that, I mean I do film, TV, commercials, industrials, lots of voiceover.
whether it's a talking goldfish or you're a corporate narrator or a trainer, it's all kinds of stuff. And I do improv too, which allows me to get my warped sense of humor out there. Then I also do a bit of coaching and consulting. And I love to help business people become a lot more comfortable and charismatic on camera themselves. Because face it, everybody's doing video for social media, Zoom presentations, online appearances, out the wazoo. So all saying that, my unique fun fact, if you got Netflix, I got a movie out. If you like Hallmark rom-coms with a totally predictable plot, I'm in it. And I got a pretty good role. I play the lead's mom, and I've got a bit of a sarcastic twist to me, which is like my sweet spot. And it's fun. It's called Falling for the Competition. You'll know the ending as soon as you start watching it, but hey, I'm in it. So that's all you need to know. As far as why I'm doing this, I love to speak. I have been speaking a lot, especially over the past year. And maybe it's the actor in me, maybe it's the ham, but I've always loved it. I gave my first speech over 40 years ago when I was working in corporate IT at some engineering conferences. My goal early on was to publish technical articles and go to conferences on the company dime and present. And I loved it. And I used to compete in speech and all that. And now I'm coming full circle. And what's better than a TED Talk, right? Okay, I'm not qualified for a TED Talk. I'm going to do a TEDx talk. Just because I want to, it'll help my visibility as an actor and as a coach, but mostly just because I'm all about having fun at this time of my life. So I know Bobby very well from LinkedIn. I'm sorry, Chris, I just got to know you. Okay. So we'll give you a pass, but I like Bobby. I respect him enormously. And as soon as he said he was doing that, it was like, I've got to be in there. So I wanted to join because this is something that I want to do and I think I can do it. And I know it's going to be more of an entertainment than an informative thing than I usually do, but I'll rise to the challenge. And then as far as my deadline, my birthday, it's a big one, a milestone. It's June 8th. And I also have to top last year, because last year I co-authored a marketing book and it was published on my birthday. And I'm real proud of that. So I got to do something to top it, right? Don't ask me when I'm going to do this next year, but this year, this is what I would like to do. So that's it.
Nice. That is awesome. So we have 2 June 8ths in here, 2 June 8ths. Oh, come on.
Oh, who else
that is awesome.
Oh,
wow.
Gemini, go for it. Love it.
That is great.
Happy birthday to us.
Yeah, we'll celebrate. Well, it's Gemini twins. So you know what? We'll raise a toast to each other.
And my birthday is June 15th. And someone talked about doing a TED Talk on June 15th. So it's like the power of Gemini rocks.
Love it.
You all have to connect.
Wait, David says his birthday June 8th too. This is crazy. What's his probability of 3 people? Three people the same birthday? That's crazy.
All right. We need to have a lot of people on a stage on June 8th. Let's just set that as like the overall arching goal of this challenge. At so many people
there's
on June 8th.
So there's gonna be a TEDx. Wow. So we have to do a TEDx Gemini.
Wow. Absolutely. We'll raise a toast to each other. And hey, thanks, Emma, for watching the movie.
Wow. All right. So you guys got me fired up now. All right. So here comes the presentation part of things. No, in all seriousness, I want to get you guys set up for next week. So we'll do that and we will be out of here probably within the next 7 to 8 minutes. So thank you for sharing this with us. I know you're all ambitious. Do me a favor. Do not hit this link yet. I'm sending you, but because I'm going to go through a quick little presentation, I'm putting it in there so I don't forget to send it. Next week, this is the only link you need. I mean, I know this is on your calendar. I know you have Zooms. I know you're getting emails from us, but quite frankly, bookmark this link and you'll never miss anything next week. But please don't go into that yet. I want to just show you where things are. So let me go through this and then we'll get you all on with your weekend. Thank you for sharing your stories. You know, I really hope each and every one of you feel part of something now. Like you'll come into this a little bit different. I know we're going to have a lot more jokes next week, a lot more interaction. This is why I love doing this. All right, everybody see my screen? Okay, here we go. Don't worry, I'm not a boring presenter. All right, so here it is, right? This is what this comes down to. And some of you saw this already when Bobby and I did our LinkedIn Live a while ago that Wendy was actually on with us. And, you know, the day before or 2 days before, I think Bobby, one of his clients sent this to him, right? And, you know, Bobby, let me just ask you, how does it make you feel when you get a client that sends you that? Because you said this a while on the VIP call, but say it one more time.
Yeah, it just feels amazing because of the work we put in, and having your clients have success, and the feeling that she had about getting this message, and knowing it's going to really impact her life, and at the same time knowing that the system that I put together is working. Like, it's just a very extremely validating, very empowering, and very inspirational.
So when this happens for each and every one of you that go through it, we want these photos, okay? All of them. I want them too, because I help people with client acquisition, and when I teach people how to do the things I do, I love when they send me the messages. Oh my gosh, I just got 5 clients from this event we just did. Like, that's my part of things, right? When I see that, that excites me because I know that person's transforming lives. So let's keep this commitment if you can. When you get this email down the road, that you will at least get it to Bobby, because Bobby will get it to me, but you'll all get to know me next week more. I'm going to do a fun exercise on Monday, okay? Pam's talking about mindset. Lori was talking about mindset. And by the way, I miss this show a lot. That's a whole different side note, okay? Just going to say that. But yeah, this is going to take some believing, okay? We're going to have to believe, and we're going to do a fun exercise on Monday to kick things off next week, okay? So I want you, let me get rid of this. I see this right here. I want you to start recording this. Now, here's the thing. I'll show you a slide in a second. I've been like, this is me recording. I got a bunch of videos of this journey. I work with a lot of clients on virtual events. So especially challenges. I play full out with clients, but this is a passion of mine. This is something I really want to land on by the end of the year. So you're going to see a bunch of funny videos from me over time, but I'm recording this. This morning, I was in the gym before we did this, and I recorded a video you'll see go out next week. So do yourself a favor. Start recording this, because when somebody says to you, what did this take? Or when you share this journey along the way, that's going to inspire somebody that needs that. So please commit to that. I kind of helped some of you out, some of you VIPs. Some of you have already saw these videos go out, but over the next few days, you're going to see more of these. So I'm just going to warn you, if you're on a video, you'll be tagged. I took little clips from that VIP call we did, and I got some of you up there. And if I didn't get you up there, I'm saving those for after the challenge. So if you're like, he missed me, I got that for later. So if you kind of like Chris, just understand you'll see yourself again. But I kind of did this for each and every one of you, had somebody edit the videos and pulled some little nuggets out of there that you'll see go out there. So we're helping you along the way. So next week, we're going to start off as a TEDx is right for you. We're going to set you a vision for getting there. We're going to find the right story and converting that into an idea. I heard a few of you say, I don't know the story yet. Well, we're going to help you with that on Wednesday. Then we're going to build your brand story around your expertise. We have a prize we're going to draw on Thursday. So I'll talk about that a little bit too. So that'll be an exciting day. And a week from now, it's open Q&A. So we come back, ask the questions that weren't answered during the week, right? Because we are going to commit to the time. I do no fluff events. So does Bobby. So we will be done an hour each and every day with the content. Not going to say Bobby and I won't stay a little longer each day, but I promise you this, you can disconnect on the hour. We will not go over the hour with what we promised to deliver. But we might stay, answer some questions. But if we don't get to everything, day 5's for the day for that. So here we go. This page that I just sent you has everything. I'm going to walk you through it right now. There's a video on it in case you're like, holy cow, Chris, you're a New Yorker. You move really fast. I missed all this stuff. I put a video on there so you can watch the video, okay? But this page has everything you need. Bookmark it. I've done almost 115 virtual events and challenges over the last 3 years. And I see how people make this real sloppy and confusing, and drop off happens. So we're not going to have that. We're going to make this simple for you. If anything tech-wise gets in the way, please hit me up on LinkedIn and just say, Chris, I'm not understanding this. I'll take care of you. We have a community page I'm going to bring you into right now. So you're all going to start coming into the community page. I'll walk you around that right now. You happen to miss a day, you'll see these little tabs on the side. You go in there, we'll load the replays and everything in there. So real simple. Shouldn't be confusing. Some of you might get lost. Just message me. Don't bother Bobby on that one. I'm making sure Bobby focuses on his zone of genius, and I'll make sure you get what you need on this, okay? I'm going to take you in here in a second. So here it is. This is what we want you to do for next week. And I'm going to share something with you. I was setting some of this stuff up this morning, and the one thing you're going to do, I had a moment of tears this morning. So I'm going to walk you through what we're going to do. One, I encourage you, and if it's an Evernote, a Google Doc, wherever you track everything, get that set up right now. So you're not doing that on Monday. Come prepared with that when you come. If you have a why statement or a vision statement for your work, your business, your brand, bring that. Okay. We're going to start refining a lot of that next week. Here's the part that got some tears for me. Find a childhood photo of yourself. Something physical if you can do it. If not digital, not physical, like running up a mountain or something, you know what I mean? A physical, you know, little of us has some gray hairs here. So back in the day, we had those photos that you could get those things printed off, you know? But if you can get one of them, great. And try to get it in the 4 to 12-year-old range. You'll see why next week. If it's the early teens, it's fine. I'm going to bring in this community page right now, and then just bring energy and engagement like you all did today. Right? Come here, play full out, get excited. This is not going to be boring. This is not we're not going to plaster you and scream, you know, this is going to be interactive. We are going to interact next week. So this is Bobby. All right. I'm just sharing, you know, why not? You guys can share your photos in the community. And this is me, the knucklehead in the middle here. Okay. Yeah, I know I look thrilled there. There's like, I actually remember that day so well of when my parents took that photo. So please take the time to get these. They're going to play out next week. We have an exercise. I think it's Wednesday, if I recall, that this all comes together. So we just want you to take the time over the weekend to do that. And then right here, I want to make sure if you're not getting emails from Bobby, just let us know. I'm assuming you all are, but you know, some things happen. I know Emma, originally it went into the spam. Those things happen. You all know what's going on next week. So if you missed the emails, you know what we're doing every day at 11:30 Eastern. So you got that. If you upgraded to VIP, just going to ask you, did you book your call with your one-on-one call with Bobby yet? If you haven't, just make sure to reach out to him. He'll get you his calendar. I know as we came into this challenge, his calendar got very full because so many upgraded to VIP. So we will do that. I'm going to put my LinkedIn in the chat in a second. Barry, I saw that. And then if you're connected, I'll put both our links in there in case you're not connected. So just give me 2 seconds and I'll drop that in there. And then here's the fun part. Somebody's going to win a $2,500 value prize, which is credit towards anything Bobby does on the other side of things. Okay. We are going to make an offer at the end of this challenge. Just put that all aside right now. There is going to be more you can continue on after this challenge, but whoever wins this has $2,500 credit. So this is why we want you to play full out. We have a gamified challenge. I do challenges all the time. And when I do them this way, they are the most fun ever because people get to get prizes. So I'll refresh this. I have a video in the community page. It goes much slower than I'm about to go through this right now because I want to make sure I'm done on time here. Okay. You'll all have 25 points for joining. Anybody that upgraded to VIP gets an additional 100 points. A bunch of you referred people to us. We're tracking that. So just make sure if you refer somebody and you still have time over the weekend, just make sure you let Bobby or I know. You'll get another 100 points. And we had a few of those go to the VIP, right? So if that person goes, you get another 500 points. So these are simple little things, big things, okay? So if you say, hey, I know a couple of people should be in this, they join, boom, everything's recorded. Some of you have already started putting content out. Whenever you put a post up and tag Bobby and I, video, image, anything you want on there, that kind of just shares your experience. We're giving points. So if you feel you want to do that, there is no pressure on this. But if you feel you want to do that, just share why you're excited about next week. Some of the VIPs, that 250 point bonus, you're honored on that. You know, we announced that very early for some of you that registered. Don't worry, that's in there too. And then I'm going to tell you, we're going to have 50 point incentives each day for playing full out. And then Bobby gave me an idea the other day before I think today, before I put this together. So there is actually going to be a big opportunity to get points on Wednesday. Okay. And he put that in the chat that him and I have this morning. I was like, all right, yeah, we'll do that on Wednesday. So just stay tuned all week. We are going to give you the opportunity to get this. And those that don't win this, don't worry, we're going to take care of you too. So every 25 points you accumulate, I got to read my thing here. So I remember, yeah, it's an entry into the raffle. I have my camera here, so I can't see that bottom screen. So this is a sample. I'm not going to go through this. I did it in a video, but if this was somebody's scenario, they would have 1,075 points, which would be 43 entries. And you'll see I'll have this big wheel show up that everybody's name will be on. It'll be real sloppy looking because it'll be, I guarantee you, we're going to have thousands of entries in there. And we'll decide what number the person wins on. Like if it's the third win, the third spin, the fourth, the fifth, we'll decide on that as a group. That's how you win points. And then if you want to still get one-on-one with Bobby, it's on the resources page. We're going to close this Monday at midnight. So if you're like, yeah, I want to upgrade to VIP, on the resources page, hit the button, upgrade to that. You'll get an extra 100 points. And, you know, you get a one-on-one with Bobby for 60 minutes. And then you get a listing of all the TEDx locations. So I just wanted to just share that with you all so you have that. I think that's it. Yep. So you want me to bring you through the community page real quick, just to just show you that? Will that help y'all? Okay. So let me show you how this works. Here's this page, right? And like I said, I put a video here. So if you got to go back and watch this, go ahead. And I'm going to be right on time, 2 minutes. All right. So this video here basically goes through everything I just talked about from the on how to get in the community and some of those. And then there's the prize system. So you can watch this. These are the buttons. You want to upgrade to VIP, just do that there. That'll be gone Monday at 5 o'clock Eastern. You have this on your calendar. If you hit this button, it'll add the event on your calendar. This is what we're going to go into in a second. The Zoom link's here, but if you put this on your calendar, the Zoom link's there also. Okay. I just know sometimes people forget things. So I'm trying to make it easy as possible in case you're like, oh, no, it's not on my calendar. Where's the Zoom link? I promise you hit this, you'll never get lost. We are going to have a Google Drive for some downloads. You just hit that goes there. It might not go there right now. I have to update the link. So if you hit it now, don't worry about it. It'll be fixed in the next 20 minutes. And then you'll see here. So let's go into this community page. You hit this. Now I'm going to move in here faster because I'm already in the community. Okay. I'm in there already. So I don't it's going to ask you right now, put your name in and all that good stuff to set up the community. So when we come in here, you'll probably see a little list. They had the holiday, this is a tool that Bobby and I use, a little holiday look and feel here. And then you're going to come in right here and let's see where we go from here. There we go. So there's only 3 members in here now because it's just myself, Bobby, and one of our VAs that we work with. And there's only 3 posts in here. Okay. So let me just show you where everything is in here. Down here, when you come in here, you hit this welcome. And you'll see in the welcome section, I have, and my system's a little slow for some reason. I don't know why it's a little slow, but you'll see 2 posts show up in a second. Let me just go to my other, okay. Let me go to my other screen because I don't know why my system is slow. Oh, there it is. So there's 1. Y'all did this already, but you can open this up. I'll open this post up. Upgrade from Windows 98. I'm upgrading from Windows 98, Bobby. But in all seriousness, y'all, you don't have to answer all this. This is for some of the folks that weren't on here, but I think Barry was asking me for my LinkedIn, which I'm going to drop this right now. You can put that in here. And this is what I'd at least, if each and every one of you come in here, this is like LinkedIn, comment here, and at least put your LinkedIn post. How people can connect with you on LinkedIn. There's no points for introducing yourself or anything in here. I just want you, if you want to see other people that are in here, we have about 35 that are joining us, and I'm sure we'll have a few more join us. I want to make sure you know how to connect with each other. So you can do that there. And then over here, if you were like, holy cow, Chris, you just whipped through that prize opportunity and I'll refresh you next week. Just watch this video. I think it's 3 minutes and 40 seconds. I go a lot slower. I promise you, a lot slower. You can watch that. And then here's the pre-challenge prep. And here, Bobby has a PDF if you want to grab the PDF. I mean, we're having an email go out in 2 hours that recaps everything we talked about today. But right here, there's a PDF. You just open this up. Everything I just shared is right here. And you can open this up so you have the PDF if you need it. So not that complicated. And then there's nothing else in here. So day 1, we will load when we're done with day 1. Day 2. So when if you hit this now, there was absolutely nothing in that section. But when we're done with day 1, the replay will sit there and any action items we gave you and a little recap. So obviously we don't put anything in that section right now, but day 1 will be here, day 2, day 3, day 4. And then when we make an opportunity to continue on, we'll put that here. Would it be helpful if I added one more channel to this that is like an open Q&A channel where you all can go in there? Okay. So you don't see it now. I will add that at the very bottom. And if you put questions there, because it'll keep this from getting sloppy. I'm big on keeping things clean, just so you know, when it comes to this stuff. I'll put that there. And if you're like, oh my gosh, what did you guys, if you put that, because if you wanted to put a post up as a participant right now, you could go here and this will show up here and you could type your post. So I'll put a Q&A channel there, and don't be shy in the Q&A channel because that'll make Bobby and I's life easier to monitor. So any questions? Did I scare you? So the biggest thing you need to know, keep that resources page. Quite frankly, that knows you'll get in here. We'll be live every day at 11:30 Eastern. We will start right on time. We will. I'm not going to have the rah, let's get this going, all these videos and waste 30 minutes of your time saying, hey guys, this is going to be great today. We will get to the point right away. We're all professionals. I know what it takes to take an hour out of your day each and every day. So we will definitely honor that hour. Any questions, getting in the community, anything, please connect with me. I put my link for LinkedIn in there, and just hit me on LinkedIn. I check LinkedIn all weekend. And if I need to cut you a loom, here's how you do this. Here's how you do that. I'll do that. So Bobby, I'll let you close this out.
Yeah, so first off, thanks, Chris, for doing this amazing work and helping me set up all the infrastructure. And again, the partnership that Chris and I have is something that I'm very, very pleased to have. And yeah, you just do some amazing stuff with helping host this as well as move. And again, I'm here to also support you, answer questions, bring the knowledge that I have and experience to help you land the TEDx Talk. And I'm really grateful that you're all here. I'm great you've trusted us on the journey. I'm really excited about this also. I didn't mention this, and I guess I'm gonna. I think you know, I've loved my career. I've loved what I've been doing. I've had the blessing of 18 years to run my own business and do what I want and travel the world and do some crazy awesome things. But there's something special about 2024. My word for the year is story, because you're a part of my story and TEDx is our stories. And I also have my own story with my kids becoming teenagers, my parents are aging. And so that's a new, and my health journey. So that's a new story in my life. But what's really, really impactful to me is that this is a new initiative I'm launching with TEDx, but it's going to be something I'm doing with it for the whole year with Chris Colt. And I'm really excited about that. And the other thing that is a good sign for me, and not many people know this, but I was just awarded LinkedIn Top Voice, which basically is the blue legit badge. Like, it's the official badge of being a top voice on LinkedIn. I'm very excited about that. I haven't even posted about it because I've been so busy promoting this event. And then I did my health challenge post yesterday. I'll probably post about it tomorrow. Hey, by the way, I'm a LinkedIn Top Voice, and you can check that out. I appreciate it. But so to me, these are all good signs that things are going to go our way and your way, and I'm fully invested in your success. So just want to share that, and can't wait until next week.
Thanks, Bobby. I mean, that's awesome that you got that too. And it's well deserved. I mean, anybody that's really worked with you, they know how much you serve and give, right? And that's, people like that should have that voice. So I'm honored to work with you because, you know, we've done this before, but this is a whole different way we're doing this now, which I'm really excited for. Barry, go ahead. So your hand's raised.
Yeah. So the link that you just showed us, you're going to send that out to us?
Yeah. So the resources link is, if you check the chat, and I'll drop it one more time, is in there. So let me grab it one more time. Here, you know what? I'll just grab it right off this page here. So
Okay. So it's okay. I already have that. Thank you.
Okay. But you will see it should hit your inbox at 2:30 Eastern time today, a recap of today, and that link in there one more time, Barry, just so you have it. And everything we talked about today. Go ahead, Joey.
So I want to just beat a dead horse, if I may. Chris, I know you and Bobby in this last hour have told us the right way to do this and the wrong way to do this. But in your experience, those that have been successful, what's the one thing that you would say they've done that's made them successful?
Bobby, I'll let you answer that. That's your world.
Successful in landing a TEDx talk, is that right?
Yes.
Well, I mean, I'm going to give you two answers. Number one is do the work. I mean, there's so many people that complain and didn't get one. And it's like, do the freaking work, right? Like, that's what it takes. Or they try to skip steps or whatever, or they're impatient. But you got to do the work. That's the first thing. But in my mind, the number one thing is having a story, an idea, and an application that is done the proper way. Most people have the wrong story or the wrong idea or the wrong application. And they're like, how come I didn't get a TED Talk? I thought I had this amazing thing. If you can nail that, that is, to me, that's the foundation for getting to that TED Talk.
Thanks. And when you use the word freaking, you certainly resonate with all of us from New Yorkers. We got that.
Some of us New Yorkers got to be careful what come out of our mouths, huh?
We have no filters.
This is true.
My mother used to say you could take the girl out of the Bronx, but you can't take the Bronx out of the girl.
This is very true. I had somebody send me a message.
Chris, maybe I'm an honorary New Yorker because my business is called Business Bollocks. Now, I don't know if that translates in the States. Does bollocks translate?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Okay,
Absolutely,
so
yeah.
the very fact that it's called that does raise some eyebrows here, but
I should add that I'm also part British because I was actually conceived in England. So fun fact.
oh well.
We don't need that photo from your childhood.
Yeah, my parents had a good night that night, but I'm just letting you know.
Laura, let's get you going now.
Too much information there, Bobby, but love it
TMI.
anyway. Yeah. And as far as the New York thing, even as a kid growing up in Ohio, I was told I sound like I'm from New York. So I'm part of the family there. My question is this: not all TEDx stages are created equal. Some are very big and some are so small you hardly get anyone. And I've been told that since you really don't want to appear more than once every 2 years, and they may not even take you that often, how is the best way to really identify the stages that are going to be meaningful, of a sufficient size, and what is that appropriate size to make an impact? Because you can probably get a TED Talk real quickly if you're going to go to a tiny stage, but how much is that going to really help you?
So it's a great question. And I'll start with by saying size doesn't matter, which is a great phrase for everyone to understand and really acknowledge. I've rejected 3 TEDx talks, right? So I could have been an 8-time TEDx speaker. And I would say that the most important thing is having a video. What is their video setup? So even if they're small, do they have an established video setup that's going to be legit and it's going to be something you can use? And also because the longer term goal is to have a really good video view on TEDx so people can see you. You can say, hey, here's my TEDx, here's my video. But also the other longer term goal is to think about, can this video and can my TED Talk be on the TED.com website? Because Simon Sinek, for example, if you watch his TEDx video, it's a very poorly done video with a flip chart where he talks about start with a Y, right? And so ergo, it was a smaller event, but it worked, and his career launched from there, right? So I think that's the most important thing. And then the other thing I would look at is, like, if they've done them before multiple years, that's helpful as versus the first time. Although again, there are first time ones that are quite good. And then I'd say the other thing I'd look at is what is their setup? I'd want to know who's on their team. Do they have an established presence? Like I remember one time I got a TEDx invite from my alma mater actually, and at McMaster University in Toronto in Canada here, and they had no online presence. And I was like, what's going on? And I asked about the video. They couldn't answer the question. I was like, you know what? I'm going to pass. Thank you for the invitation, but I'm going to pass on this because they had no presence whatsoever, no website, no Facebook page, nothing. I was like, this is crazy. So I didn't do it. So those are probably some of the things I would say.
Is there any particular advantage, or is it extra difficult to get into something that's very large? For example?
So the larger it is, the harder it is to get into it. That's true. Doesn't mean you can't get into it. I mean, there's lots of tactics around that. So for example, one of the key strategies you might want to do is I'm gonna suggest you put together 3 TEDx Talk ideas. But here's let me throw you a little tip for you guys. Can you put together a 3 to 6 minute TEDx Talk idea? Because if you pitch that to a large TEDx event, they might squeeze you in because those are rare. Because everybody wants the 18 minutes. Everybody wants the full 18 minutes. Even Tony Robbins did his TEDx Talk, and he's like, I can't believe I do 18 minutes. And he spent 21 minutes, but like it was hard for him. But that 3 to 6 minute one can get you squeezed into the larger scale events because they won't mind putting that in.
Good questions. Good questions.
Lots of knowledge, baby. I'm here for you.
All right. So
no other questions? It's okay. I mean, we're over time, but again, you're right, Chris. I mean, I think you and I'll probably stick around longer because that's just and Pam can probably speak to that too, because unless I have an appointment afterwards, I usually stick around and answer questions.
Can I follow up on what you just said, Bobby?
Sure, Laura.
Are you recommending that we prepare something that would be one 18-minute talk? Or strategically, do you think that it would be more effective to have something that's more compact and maybe have those 3 to 6 minute talks? What is your recommendation for the first?
So part of it's going to be based on what you create. So if you have 3 really good TED Talk ideas and none of them are short talks, then don't worry about it. Like the idea and the talk is what's going to matter. That said, if you do have an idea that's short and sweet that you can put out there, it's a great strategy. I mean, for you, Laura, again, everyone's journey is different. If you definitely want to go after a certain type of event and you want to put together that short talk, you totally can.
Okay, thanks.
And Emma's got a question. Go ahead, Emma.
Do you have to have done a TEDx to land a TED?
Generally speaking, yes. However, there are people, it's an invite, it's like the LinkedIn, got the LinkedIn top voice badge. It's invite only. I don't know about it. They just reached out to me. So there are people on the TED.com site, or sorry, from the TED, event, where they're going to invite obviously high profile thought leaders, right? So they invited Tony Robbins, they invited Bill Gates, they invited other people, whereas other people like Simon Sinek and Brené Brown had to do a TEDx talk, and then it went to the TED.com, and then their careers kind of took off.
Thanks.
No problem.
I got to tell you all something. So I just kind of was looking at my phone for some of the comments because today we're broadcasting on social media, and like I'll have to take some screenshots for y'all. Some of them just love some of your spunk, some of your stories, some of the things they learned about you. So if you get some messages on like LinkedIn, hey, I want to connect with you, just know it's because of this live. Okay. Bobby and I put this all over the place today. So there's Chris's disclaimer. All right. So was there another question? Somebody just, or was that you, Bobby?
No, I'm not sure. No questions. Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So next week we commit to being done on time, and Bobby and I will be here a little bit extra each day, but like from a content perspective and what we determine, we will be done on time. So just come on time to start, because I don't start these things with fluff. I get right to the point, because our time's valuable. And then if you want to stay and hang out with us a little bit extra, I know I'm good each day a little bit, so we should be good to have some of that too. So this has been awesome. Have an awesome weekend. Go get the photo that kind of makes you cry. That's what I dealt with. I sent Bobby a message this morning. Thanks for the tears this morning, man. Then I texted my wife.
It doesn't have to be something that makes you cry, okay? But it just something that, just a photo of you between 4 and 12 is ideal. I think that's what I'm looking for. And the physical photo is really good because then you can look at it and show it to people. But that's kind of what I want to do.
And it stays on the Zoom. It doesn't go out on the social.
Yeah. We're not going to share like the replay is available, but we're not going to be publishing that Zoom publicly on Wednesday.
No, none of that. Okay. Today was an easy one to share because it's kind of just getting to know each other. So we wanted people, because we have some people who've been like, hey, should I join this? Which I think I saw a few of them actually join while we were on this, Bobby. So that's why we did this today. But I thank each and every one of you for getting to know you more. That's going to help us a lot. I got some accountability for y'all, so we're going to keep track of that. Don't worry, I can read my chicken scratched right there. But come play full out. We'll start this party right on time at 11:30 on Monday Eastern time. If you have any questions, something's not making sense, just make sure, and I'll put my you guys should be all, because nobody came on new. Just connect with me on LinkedIn if it's like hey, can't find this, can't find that perspective, and I'll be on top of that all weekend. So that's it. Social, we're going to cut this off right now. We're going to call this an end here all, but thank you all for your time. Have a great weekend. Get some rest, because we're going to play full out next week.
Thanks, everybody. Take care. All right. See you soon.
Baby.
Thank you. Take care.
Arrivederci. Adios.
Adios.
Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen. Shalom.
He just doesn't stop. I love it.
Ciao.
I'm going to stop.
Chris, I think it's still recording, by the way. It's still live streaming?
Yeah,
right?
I'm trying to end something. I'm opening a restream right now. Chris is actually, here we go. I got it.
Have a great weekend, guys. See you on Monday.
Yeah, Joey, nice meeting you, man.
Likewise.
Hey, Bobby, stay on for a second. Let's just cut this. Stop recording on your end if you want right now. We're off social.
I stopped recording.
Yep. I stopped mine too. Okay, cool. So we both have copies. So do you see why I do that now?
Yeah, man, that was dude. You're killing me with how amazing you've been with this and bringing the excitement around it. Like, it's so much different than what I did. Like, so Pam's there, and she had my group coaching program before. What you've done is really electrify and bond everybody way better than I ever did. So I think that's really fantastic.
It's